expecting a baby or perhaps trying to get pregnant, it is very important to fuel your body with minerals. And for many women, a prenatal vitamin is part of that routine, but you may be wondering if you're taking the right one. I want to welcome back Dr. Matthew McAleese from the Charlotte Health Center. He is here with some information tonight that could surprise you. Good to see you again.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
And apparently it's your birthday?
Yes, it is.
Happy birthday!
Yes, it is. Thank you very
You can
much.
thank producer Amanda for putting that into the script. First of all, you say that healthy habits increase your chance of becoming pregnant.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you have to. The body can naturally, want to avoid getting pregnant because it is such an intense process of creating a human life. So you really want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself leading up to the time where you might be trying to do that.
And I understand there are some foods, 3 really, that you should stay, or 3, I guess, overarching categories that you kind of need to stay away from if you're trying to get pregnant.
Yep, there are 3 we recommend you stay away from. You can see them here. First off, you want to stay away from the artificial sweeteners.
Okay.
They're neurotoxic. They really irritate your brain, spinal cord nerves. They increase pain. They're not good. You want to stay away from caffeinated drinks. Those
Coffee.
are going to. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
This is going to make or break a lot of women, I think.
I'm sorry. But those really tax your adrenals.
Okay.
And same thing along with sugar. You're going to raise your insulin levels. And the reason these 3 are these 3 is because they really strip vitamins and minerals out of the body when you metabolize them and eat them. Okay. And so, baby's made from mom. So if you're consuming a lot of these foods that are already stripping nutrients out of the body, then you try to create a baby, it's not a good recipe.
It's not a good situation.
No.
So ladies, if that is in your future, you need to back off the artificial sweeteners. No added sugars. I mean, not just what you find in soda or diet soda, but really a lot of foods.
That's right.
I mean, just stay away from it altogether.
Got to read your labels.
Yeah, you do. You know I'm all about that with Team No Sugar. You read every label all the time.
That's right.
So moving on, Dr. Matthew, once you're pregnant, doctors, of course, recommend that you take a prenatal vitamin, but how do you choose the right one?
Okay, great question. So the first thing you need to do is you want to make sure you get it from a reputable source. So I don't know if you saw, I think we even talked about last time, the big controversy with a lot of the brand name vitamins. So they didn't independently test. So you've got to make sure you get one that's independently tested and what they say is on the label is actually in there.
And I guess a great first resource is your doctor. I mean, I hesitate to use the word prescriptions for prenatal vitamins. I don't know if that's accurate, but can they recommend, obviously, a brand for you?
A lot do, but what I'd really say is, and this is nothing against doctors, but we don't get a lot of nutrition. Most actually don't get any in school. So you really want to find someone that has a degree in nutrition, that knows what they're talking about, and get a good recommendation. Absolutely.
And what should you look for in a prenatal vitamin? I mean, you want ones that are independently verified, but what else?
So you want to make sure that it's coming from a whole food. So that's the setup that we have here. So iron comes in a couple different forms, and this is just an example. But a lot of vitamin manufacturers will create the vitamin from like iron rock. Okay, well the body doesn't like that form of iron. Or you can get it from spinach. Now I know that's not something people necessarily like to eat. It's just an example. The point is you want to get the vitamin from a whole food source. If you get it from a whole food, the body knows how to metabolize it, right? But unfortunately, a lot of manufacturers try to save money and throw in the raw version, and they do that quite a bit.
How much do you need to take?
So, good question. That is something you really need to have a blood test for. I mean, a lot of these vitamins are set up for the average person, but who's average?
Right. You could be anemic.
Exactly.
You could be struggling on the vitamin D side. I know that it's important for women, particularly of childbearing age, to make sure they're getting enough folic acid.
Yes.
So you're saying that you should have a blood test done.
Right. So you really need to get a blood test. That's the bottom line. Because some people might need a lot more, some might need less. If you've been eating the foods we talked about at the beginning, then you're going to need something more than just what's recommended directly on the label itself. And the only way to know is to actually get the information and get tested.
Well, there you go. And you brought in like a blood test kit. But again,
absolutely.
I feel like if you're going to start trying and you're going to have that conversation with your doctor, that should be something that comes up, saying, okay, let's make sure we get you a blood test so that they can make sure that everything is on the up and up.
Absolutely. And the big thing you want to look out for is there's a big difference between normal or minimal levels and optimal levels.
Okay.
So a lot of people think, oh, it was fine, I just snuck in. Well, if you're going to start creating a child and it's going to start pulling nutrients from your body, you want to make sure you're at that upper end of normal or optimal, not the bottom level.
Dr. Matt holds frequent workshops about all of this. The next is going to be held Monday, April 13th. That's next Monday, on how to rid your home of toxins, from 6:15 until 9:15 p.m. at the Charlotte Health Center. That is on Park Road in Charlotte. You see the address there. But if you're scrambling for a pen, not to worry. Head to WBTV.com right now and look in the Web Extras section under the Home tab. Dr. Matt, we appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next time.
Okay.
And enjoy your birthday.
Thank you. I will.
All right, folks, let's get back to our sound off.